One of the unique coaching offerings that we have here at the Edge Partnership is a coaching program specifically designed to help sales leaders and commercial leaders design, develop and implement major Salesforce effectiveness programs in either a B2B or a B2C sales environment. Regardless of whether it's B2B or B2C, our recommendation is always that the first step is to plot the performance of all of the individual members of the sales team on a bar chart where we plot their total actual sales for an agreed period of time in order to understand the level of variation that there is between the highest performing and the lowest performing members of the team. This sort of chart allows you to answer three critical questions. The first question it allows you to answer is what level of variation is there in the sales team in the level of performance that's being achieved? The second question that it allows you to answer is what percentage of the existing sales team are already achieving a best-in-class level of performance? The third important question that it allows you to answer is how much can the overall performance of the sales team be increased if you're able to reduce the gap between the highest performing and the rest of the sales team? The answer to these three questions allows you to determine if the knowledge, the expertise, the best practices already reside within your sales organization, in which case it's simply a case of identifying what is it that your top performers are doing that is different from the rest of the team, and then rolling that out as standard practices across the entire team. If, however, when you look at that plot, you realize that a very small percentage or possibly no one within the sales team is currently achieving a best-in-class level of performance, then you face a different challenge, a challenge where you need to be able to look at the organization's sales and growth capability at a more holistic level and identify what are the strategies or the practices or the competencies that are holding the whole organization back. For that sort of assessment, you need a sophisticated and robust diagnostic tool, which we have developed with a number of our clients and now have something that we believe is best in class. Having worked through this sort of program with a number of organizations in the past, we've discovered that 70% of the difference between the top performing members of the sales team and the rest of the sales team can be explained by three critical things. The first is how they qualify and how they decide who to spend their time with. High performing sales executives consistently have a clearer, better understanding of the type of customer, type of prospect who is more likely to buy. And they ensure that they spend more time with these people who are more likely to buy. That explains a significant part of their higher performance. The second thing that they do particularly well is that they optimize the amount of the time that they spend on selling activities rather than non-selling activities. We often find that top performing sales reps will spend 50 to 60% of their total time on purely selling activities, whereas the average in most sales organizations is down around 25 to 30%, and for low performers is often down as low as 10%. So just understand what it is that's getting in the way of the sales team spending more time selling, and helping manage that across the entire team can help you realize increases in total selling time of between 30 and 50%. In many ways, that's the same as increasing the size of your sales team by 30 or 50% at no increase in cost. So it can have a profound impact on performance. The third thing that we find the high performers consistently do better and differently is the way that they manage their sales process and their activities. They are very tuned in and understand the customer's buying process and where the customer is in that buying process. And depending on where they are, they adjust their behavior, their approach, the nature of the interaction that they're having with the customer, so it's focused on addressing their needs and key concerns at that stage of the process, rather than simply trying to explain the features and benefits of the product when the customer wants to have a different conversation. In organizations where we have helped them design and implement these three best practices, we've seen increases in overall sales ranging from 50% to more than 100% within 12 months. And the opportunity to work with sales leaders to coach them through this process is something that we thoroughly enjoy and find has unique benefits to both.